this is the definitive order of where each Six Nations team will finish. We're going to run through all the runners and riders. Stay tuned until the end because I feel like a lot of you are not going to like who's in first place. There's going to be a fair few fan bases that are offended, but it is what it is. This is my honest opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Before I get into it, please do me a huge favour, guys. If you love rugby, I'm going to be covering the Six Nations a lot on this channel. Let's build this account up. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video. I'm on social media as well. Instagram at PSportsUK, TikTok at PSports, and my second TikTok account at psports.2. Okay, propping up the table with the wooden spoon, I don't think it's going to be a surprise to anyone, is Wales. Now look, they're playing Italy at home. Last game of the tournament. They've got to be looking at that thinking we can get a win there. I can't believe how far the mighty have fallen. Go back a couple of years, you nailed on Italy, finished last every time. I think it's pretty much unanimous that people reckon Wales will finish last. They're in disarray. Jack Morgan is out for the tournament. It was announced today that Dowie Lake is going to be captain. That's a huge loss. Do you know what? Where they are at the minute, I went to go watch them against the All Blacks and they were great for 50 minutes. Rogers got a hat-trick. The All Blacks pulled away. They've just got to make games closer. That'll be a success for Wales and really target that last game against the Italians. But if they've already taken 4 hide-ins, it's going to be really hard to pick themselves up and go again. But look, they've got some top players. Obviously, Morgan's out, a world-class back rower. I don't think you can dispute that. They've got some brilliant players. Daffyd Jenkins is in great form. Thomas Williams, one of the best 9s on the planet. And they've got the Stardust in Lewis Rees-Zammit. But the depth, there's a lot of inexperience in the squad. I think one win for Wales would be a huge success, considering where they are at the moment. In 5th place, now this may surprise a lot of you, but I'm going to go with Scotland. Now, the Scots, I feel, with that backline that they've got, they should be doing more. People say, they haven't got the player pool to pick out of, blah, blah, blah. I understand that, but they've got a world-class backline. Let's not pretend that they haven't. Bar the French, it's probably the best backline in the tournament. You go through it. Finn Russell. In the centres, you've got Tuipulotu. Sensational rugby player. World Team of the Year, Hugh Jones at 13. Darcy Graham, one of the most exciting players on the planet when he's on song. Duhan van der Merwe. Will Kyle Steyn get in there? Then obviously at fullback, they've got Blair Kinghorn, who is such a talented player. That backline, they should be doing better. They've been papering over the cracks, in my opinion, for a long time, just because they're beating England, which is great, I know. But last year they didn't. They had a quick kick to win it, but they missed it. I hear that a lot. They had a kick to win it, but they didn't. They missed it, so they lost. It shoulda, woulda, coulda. I genuinely think Scotland will struggle this year. I genuinely do. And I think that the Italians will finish 4th because I do believe they'll beat Wales, and I think they'll beat Scotland as well. They're coming on strong. It's great to see. They've got top players all over the pitch now. Just what the Six Nations needed. You know, like I was saying, rewind a few years back. People were saying, do we need relegation? Do we need to bring the Georgians in? There was probably an argument for that at the time. But they've really kicked on these last few years. And yeah, I've got the Italians to finish 4th. All right, so we've got 3 teams left. I think there's definitely a divide between the top 3 teams and the bottom 3 teams, in my opinion. 3 top teams. Now, I'm going to upset a few here, and I'm sorry for that because I love you all. Because you support me a lot on social media. It's great to see you when you're on song. I love so many of the players, especially off the back of the Lions tour. I love the manager, obviously. The head coach, should I say. But I genuinely think Ireland will finish 3rd. Yet again, I think England and France will both beat them. Look, I think this year's a big year for Andy Farrell. He's got nothing to prove. He genuinely hasn't. But obviously, when Farrell wasn't there last year, you wouldn't say the wheels fell off, but they didn't look to the level that they've been at over a period of time, over the past 3 or 4 years. They've got some ageing players. Obviously, Bundy's not getting any younger. Gary Ringrose, James Lowe on the wing. How much longer can these boys keep going? Keep doing it. I think there's an argument to say a few of these lads are slightly on the decline. And I think there is a it's not the elephant in the room, but there's something that we should acknowledge. They are nowhere near as good as they were when Johnny Sexton was there. And look, I know they've had 2 years without him and they could have won a Grand Slam 2024, the year after he retired, but they didn't. And that 10 position is going to be really interesting to see how it plays out this year, because for me, Sam Prendergast is such a talent, so skillful, amazing kicker. He's not there physically yet, but he's only young. He will get there. And I genuinely think he could be the Lions starting 10 in 4 years' time. I just think he's not quite ready to be a top-tier international 10 yet. There's a place for him in the squad, of course there is. And there'll be certain games that suit him. He's so good. His ceiling is way higher than Crowley's for me, but I would put Crowley in there. I just think at this moment in time, the team looks a bit more settled with him in there. I prefer Crowley at this moment, but I do think his ceiling is higher. But look, would you back against Andy Farrell pulling something out of his arse? You absolutely would not. He will be hearing all the noise, people like me chattering away. Look, no one respects and loves Andy Farrell and his son Owen more than me. Two northern blokes like myself. But there's a lot. He's got a lot to do this year, and I reckon that's probably how he likes it. Back against the wall, I'll prove you wrong. Look what he's done. At every level of his career, playing, assistant coaching, head coaching, he has achieved the pinnacle pretty much. He is a high achiever. He's a natural born winner. Would I back against Farrell driving Ireland to win the tournament? I wouldn't, but I can't see it at the minute. More so because the players are aging, in my opinion, and the 10 stuff. So that's where I stand on Ireland. Sorry, Ireland fans. I love you all. My auntie's Irish. Great fan base, the Irish rugby fans. Show me a lot of support over the past year or so while I've been doing content. But I've got to be honest, that's my opinion. So, last day of the Six Nations, 8 p.m. or 10 past 8, we could have a Grand Slam decider in Paris between France and England. Let's pray it gets there. Obviously, I'm an England fan. Fans of the other 4 teams don't want that, of course, I understand that. But imagine the scenes. England have not won a Grand Slam since 2016, I believe, so it'll be 10 years. Not won the tournament since 2020. Going to France, you're leaving yourself a lot to do. You need a lot to go your way to get the better of France. Like we had last year at Twickenham, they squandered a load of chances and we nicked it at the death. Elliot Daly, sensational scenes. Look, England have won 11 on the spin. We're flying. And that is why I believe France will finish second. We're going to need a load of luck. Hopefully some injuries that are just a week-long injury. I wouldn't wish an injury on anyone. But hopefully they're injured for 1 week. Dupont, BLBRA, Damien Penaud, who I've just seen on social media before I came up here. There's rumours of him being dropped for the Six Nations. Outrageous. He's one of the best players in the world. Let's not be mistaken. Fiku as well has apparently been left out. France have got the best team, in my opinion. Call me delusional, but you've got to be delusional as a sports fan, right? You've got to get behind the boys, but it's not unfounded. It's not completely unfounded what I'm saying. This England team are flying. 11 wins on the spin. We've beaten some big names along the way as well. Argentina, Australia, All Blacks, France. It's been a great run. And we're riding the crest of the wave. We've kind of got this POM squad now off the bench where that strikes fear into opposition. I don't care what anyone says. If you see Ellis Genge, Cowan Dickey, Tom Curry, Henry Pollock coming off the bench, you're going to shit yourself. You are, because nobody wants to see that. 4 on the front foot, aggressive, sharp players coming on. And we've just got strength and depth everywhere. I made a video the other day of England's second choice 15. And it's so strong. It'll probably finish high in the Six Nations. Look, George Ford playing the way he's playing. He's one of the form players internationally in the Northern Hemisphere right now. He's just leading the troops, directing the troops. back row options coming out of our ears. Wingers, so strong. Freeman, Faywaboso, we've got so much strength and depth in that area. The one thing that it is making me nervous is the prop scenario. Big Will Stewart did his Achilles. Asher Apoko for Jaws got a shoulder injury, he's been ruled out. There's rumours of Finn Baxter being injured as well. That would be a big worry for me. It really would, because you look at how much of an impact that front row had coming off the bench, and that strength and depth in the Quilter Nations, that would be a worry for me. Look, I can see why France are favourites. I can see it. But in my opinion, England will win the Six Nations and win a Grand Slam. I just feel like it's all coming together. Got a perfect blend of youth, experience, winners. George Ford. Look, it's going to be a tough ask, but winning Grand Slams always are. I'm backing England for the Grand Slam. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching the video. If you've made it this far, you must enjoy the content to a certain level. Please help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button. Drop me a like as well. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure. All the best.